I'm going to invite somebody who is quite prominent onto stage very shortly. Now, greatness is a culmination of a lot of small things done really well. And so to those that may be watching us, they'll think that this conference and this forum in itself is a small thing, but it contributes towards a bigger picture. We wouldn't be in Namibia if we weren't given permission to set foot in land and be able to cement the foundation that we want to in hospitality if we weren't granted the permission by those who lead in charge. The man I'm going to call on stage understands the cost of carrying a bucket of water. And so each drop for Namibia counts for him because he understands the importance of what the hospitality industry can do for the economy of Namibia. I did formally introduce him earlier, but please help me welcome on stage the Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism to the Republic of Namibia, Honorable Minister Shifeta.
Director of Ceremonies, thank you very much for this, and I have to adjust this. I'm somewhere. I'm not so vertically challenged. I'm somewhere, so I have to adjust a bit. I'm not saying the Director of Ceremonies vertically challenged, but you are okay that way. Thank you very much, and welcome to Namibia. And here to capital city of Namibia, Windhoek. I hope you will, those of you who just here for the first time, will make time. And some were here second, third time, but I just ended up in Windhoek. You will make time to go all over Namibia. One day, maybe, if you just in your calendar, this is just for this occasion, but it's good to go and see the beauty of Africa. If you have been to Africa and you have never been to Namibia, you have not seen the beauty of Africa. If you just ended up in Windhoek, you still have not seen the beauty of Namibia. You must go and see the sceneries around the country beyond Windhoek. Once again, welcome to Namibia. I'm here, standing here for the Vice President who entrusted me to represent her because of an other appointment that came up, very important, equally important, but she has to do that. And since he said, since I will be here, she asked me to stand for her. And she sent her sincere apologies for that. And I will just read what she gave me to read for you. And just imagine reading for her. These are not my words. I ended my words now here, and I will start now reading what she told me to do. Director of Ceremonies, Nangula Wanja, Chief Executive Officer, Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board, Olifield Grant, Managing Director or Managing Partner, and the Co-Chief Executive Officer, Cassandra Capital Management, David Damip, Managing Partner, and the Co-Chief Executive Officer, Cassandra Capital Management, Matthew Wells, Group Managing Director, The Bench, heads of public enterprises, senior government officials present, captains of industry, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. It is a great pleasure to be with you this morning on this special occasion of the maiden edition of the African Hospitality Investment Forum in Southern Africa. We are proud and honored to be hosting you in our beautiful country, Namibia. I know you have already been welcomed by the previous speakers, but I would also like to extend a warm welcome to all of you and say, please feel at home in Namibia, your home away from home. I hope you have already experienced the warm hospitality that we are known for as Namibia. To Mr. Matthew Way and your team at the bench, thank you for convening this very important gathering in Namibia. You did not make a mistake to have it here. During this time, as you know, tourism is one of the sectors that we consider to be the bedrock of our economy and the second largest employer in the country. Furthermore to that, I'm proud to say that our tourism sector has demonstrated unparalleled resilience after the devastating effect of the COVID-19 pandemic globally. We are not only successfully bouncing back, but beating the tourism arrival numbers recorded before the pandemic in 2019. The statisticians are telling us that our national occupancy rate reached 60.3% in May 2024. This recent figure not only marks the highest room occupancy rate so far this year, but also surpasses the pre-pandemic peak from May 2019. Additionally, passenger arrivals totaled close to 50,000, reflecting an 11.2% year-on-year increase. This is the highest number of passenger arrivals since November 2023 and the largest figure for May since 2017. With the tourist arrivals and the bed occupancy rate off to a good start in the first quarter of the year, the sector is well on its way to positive trajectory. This remarkable turnaround is a testament to the collective commitment, effort, and the collaboration between the government and the private sector to sustain an economically flourishing tourism sector. The impact of the tourism sector cannot be overemphasized. It has the potential to create business opportunities, particularly for small businesses, which generate employment, reduce poverty, and directly sustain the livelihood of thousands of our people. We also recognize the power of tourism as a catalyst for advancing sustainable development across multiple sectors. In 2022, the hospitality and tourism sector contributed approximately 7% of nominal GDP, which amounts to 14.3 billion Namibian dollars. Therefore, as a government, we have a vested interest in ensuring the long-term growth and sustainability of this tourism sector. Ladies and gentlemen, today we live in an interconnected world where no single country can afford to play the lone game. I was therefore happy to see that one of the goals of this forum is to connect Africa. Last week, we hosted the AHIF conference, and we were again reminded of the challenges of traveling on the African continent, which negatively impact our ability to seamlessly move between different countries in Africa. Many of us sitting here are Africans, and it is our duty to drive the required investments in our air connectivity with the purpose of making African destinations more accessible from within the continent, thus enhancing intra-African travel and tourism. With increased connectivity, the continent will increase its collective value propositions as a viable tourism and investment destination. This gathering with all of you here, I believe can play a significant role in driving growth in African hospitality by providing the industry with the right level of impetus through sustainable investments in infrastructure, innovation, and technology. We must move towards transformational tourism by aligning investment strategies towards addressing challenges that threaten to stifle growth and sustainability in this sector. It will require our collective effort to grow and sustain a thriving tourism and hospitality ecosystem on this continent. At this juncture, I would like to particularly acknowledge and thank some of the companies here in Namibia that stepped up to the plate and made contributions to enable the successful hosting of this event, which in itself is an investment in the sector. I understand that Cassandra Capital Management, the owners of this establishment where we are hosted today, this morning, made the largest private sector contribution to this event. There are, of course, many others that follow suit, and they will be appropriately recognized for their contributions to this event. By driving investments into the tourism sector, we actively create economic opportunities for the local communities who directly benefit from these investments. Our role as a government is primarily to create an environment that enables the sector to continue to grow, be in the form of policy reforms, tax regimes, or consideration of appropriate incentives for investments in the hospitality sector. Director of Ceremonies, I was very happy to read that tomorrow there is a masterclass for over 140 students from across the country who will be given direct access to leaders and experts in the hospitality industry. That is a remarkable initiative and a practical example of how to use tourism projects for social inclusion. Investing in young people and skills development creates a legacy of prosperity for our continent. However, in planning for the future, we cannot effectively do so without considering sustainability in tourism, particularly in the form of green investments. Beyond the obvious economic benefits, it is equally important to prioritize conservation and environmental sustainability. In Namibia, we take matters of the environment serious, so much so that environmental protection is enshrined in our Namibian constitution. The environment is a subject that is close to my heart. Now, it's not me speaking, now it's the Vice President speaking. Close to my heart from my days when I was serving as the Minister of Environment and Tourism many years ago. I therefore encourage us to be deliberate about targeting investments into community tourism in sustainable manner. In the same vein, I'm equally happy to note that at least 7 small businesses were afforded a platform to showcase and sell their products here at this event. This singular initiative will go a long way in enhancing the economic empowerment of these businesses and generate significant multiplier effect, possibly impacting the lives of many Namibians. Let us therefore continue to leverage tourism as a tool for inclusive growth and development on the continent, in line with the United Nations World Tourism Organization's view of tourism being a driving force towards economic growth, inclusive development, and environmental sustainability. As the forum winds down, I hope you leave Namibia with fond memories and that you will be back again. But next time, when you would like to be here, we welcome you as investors. I can personally guarantee you all that Namibia is the best country to invest. With the investment environment, political stability, safety and security, we also pride ourselves on being an investment nation that is invest-centric with a progressive and predictable policy framework, a trainable workforce, and a higher quality of life for you and your family when you come back for leisure. Once you have made a wise decision to invest in Namibia, please knock on the door of the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board as your first point of call, and they will be more than happy to facilitate setting up your businesses and ensuring that you have a soft and a comfortable landing in Namibia. And the CEO is just right here. You will see her. Speaking of, we saw her already, most of you. As a final note, I encourage you to explore our country while you are here and visit some of our iconic places such as the Sandwich Harbor, Spitkoppe, and so forth, to mention but a few. And of course, you can visit Namibia and of course, you cannot visit Namibia and not indulge in our beef. Hope some of you have already tasted that. Our beer, I saw it in there somewhere in the hall there. They are showcasing, Windhoek Lager is showcasing the breweries. Our brewery is showcasing their beer. So I hope you have done that. And also, our kapana, it's a local delicacy, meat done in another way. Take it from me, it is the best in the world. All this is the best in the world. I can also assure you from my point of view now. As a minister responsible for hospitality, so you can take my word. You will not fail to come back again for that. With these few remarks, I wish you insightful deliberation for the remainder of the forum. And I once again pledge the Namibian government's commitment to play our part in building a thriving and progressive hospitality industry in Africa. I look forward to the successful outcome of this very forum. I now declare the African Hospitality Investment Forum 2024 officially open, and I thank you.